The Kriegsmarine Naval Intelligence briefing that reached Grand Admiral Karl Dönitz's headquarters in Berlin during January 1945 contained naval construction statistics that seemed to defy every principle of precision. Shipbuilding and maritime industrial capacity. The classified document claimed that American shipyards had constructed over 200 major warships, including battleships, cruisers and destroyers since Pearl Harbor, suggesting production capabilities that violated fundamental assumptions about complex naval vessel construction and wartime maritime manufacturing. Limitations. This is naval propaganda, designed to intimidate our submarine warfare, Grand Admiral Dönitz declared to his naval staff, studying reconnaissance photographs of American shipyards that showed warship construction operations spanning entire coastal industrial complexes. Battleships are complex naval vessels requiring years of individual craftsmanship. No maritime industry possesses the shipbuilding capacity to construct 200 major warships in 3 years. These Americans must be including escort vessels and auxiliary craft in their major warship statistics. These were experienced German naval officers who understood warship construction. Through decades of precision marine engineering and systematic naval warfare that had created Europe's most sophisticated naval vessels through systematic tactical development and technological excellence. The concept of mass-produced battleships seemed to violate fundamental principles of naval manufacturing that demanded individual attention over assembly. Speed. They could not fathom they were witnessing the greatest naval construction achievement in maritime history, or that American shipyards would demonstrate how democratic industrial organization could manufacture major warships at rates that would overwhelm German naval superiority through unprecedented numerical superiority and continuous replacement capability that rendered individual ship excellence strategically irrelevant. Grand Admiral Karl Dönitz stood aboard the battleship Tirpitz in a Norwegian fjord, embodying German confidence in naval superiority through innovative warship design and systematic maritime warfare excellence. As supreme commander of the Kriegsmarine, Dönitz represented German assumptions about naval quality, triumphing over quantity through superior technology, individual ship excellence, and professional naval standards that had established German maritime dominance through U-boat warfare and surface raiders. German naval construction that Dönitz understood included meticulous shipbuilding craftsmanship, individual attention to maritime specifications, and systematic quality control that created superior warships through careful engineering and naval optimization. German shipyards produced naval vessels like precision maritime instruments rather than mass-manufactured ships, emphasizing technological excellence over production volume through specialized manufacturing. Approaches that prioritized individual ship perfection. The sophisticated warships that German naval forces employed included advanced battleships like Bismarck and Tirpitz, revolutionary cruisers, innovative destroyers, and specialized naval vessels that represented pinnacle achievements in maritime engineering through systematic development and combat experience. German engineering had solved complex naval challenges that produced ships exceeding Allied capabilities through individual excellence and precision. Manufacturing intelligence. Analysis of Allied naval construction suggested enemy forces remained constrained by conventional shipbuilding limitations, precision engineering requirements, and industrial bottlenecks that prevented massive naval expansion. German naval planners calculated that Allied warship construction would require decades to match German technological capabilities while maintaining acceptable maritime performance standards through traditional shipbuilding methods. Strategic doctrine that incorporated German naval advantages assumed technological superiority would enable continued maritime dominance through superior ship performance and systematic crew training. Democratic navies could allegedly never achieve rapid expansion and quantity-focused naval approaches while maintaining individual warship excellence that characterized German maritime superiority through precision engineering and professional naval development. Economic calculations performed by German naval economists revealed Allied industrial capacity divided between civilian shipbuilding and limited military requirements, suggesting resource constraints that prevented total conversion to major warship construction. Steel allocation and skilled shipbuilding technicians appeared insufficient for massive naval production programs requiring specialized engineering and precision manufacturing techniques. Cultural assumptions about American naval industrial organization suggested inefficient production methods and profit-motivated rather than strategically focused approaches that would prevent systematic military warship construction. German naval ideology characterized democratic industry as wasteful and disorganized compared to German systematic efficiency and specialized maritime technological discipline that prioritized individual ship quality. Combat statistics from successful German naval operations seem to validate German assumptions about naval warfare effectiveness and technological advantages over Allied maritime forces worldwide. German naval units had achieved remarkable success through superior ship performance and systematic crew training that appeared impossible for mass-produced enemy warships to match through quantity alone. Naval philosophy that German maritime forces emphasized included individual ship excellence, crew proficiency development, and systematic combat experience accumulation that created elite naval units through rigorous selection and professional advancement. German naval forces prioritized quality over quantity in both ships and personnel, reflecting confidence that superior individual performance would achieve victory through technological and maritime advantages. Henry J. Kaiser, industrial magnate and shipbuilding revolutionary, walked through the sprawling Mare Island naval shipyard facilities, observing revolutionary construction techniques that would transform warship manufacturing through industrial mass production methods adapted for naval warfare. The civilian shipbuilding entrepreneur was applying innovative production expertise to sophisticated naval construction with systematic efficiency that would fundamentally challenge German assumptions about warship manufacturing limitations. The Essex-class aircraft carrier and destroyer program that American industry developed represented complete departure from traditional naval construction that emphasized individual craftsmanship over systematic mass production for maritime operations. American warship design prioritized operational reliability, combat effectiveness, and assembly line production capability rather than technological sophistication alone, enabling construction rates that completely exceeded German naval industrial calculations. Assembly line techniques that American shipyards employed included revolutionary industrial production methods systematically adapted for complex warship construction through organized workflow, standardized components, and continuous production that eliminated traditional naval manufacturing bottlenecks. American industrial experience had created unprecedented construction efficiency that surpassed specialized naval production through civilian innovation applied to military maritime engineering. Workforce mobilization supporting warship construction included revolutionary numbers of workers entering precision shipbuilding while maintaining comprehensive training programs that created skilled personnel adequate for complex naval assembly operations. Democratic educational systems produced abundant human resources through competitive instruction, merit-based advancement, and systematic maritime manufacturing skills development that exceeded traditional naval construction workforce limitations. Supply chain coordination across American naval construction included specialized steel delivery from multiple continental sources, naval components from dedicated manufacturers, and thousands of precision parts from hundreds of suppliers whose production was synchronized through systematic logistics management. Materials coordination exceeded German organizational capabilities through democratic industrial cooperation and competitive resource allocation that enabled unprecedented warship construction rates. Quality control procedures ensured warship reliability through systematic testing protocols, continuous inspection processes, and rigorous maritime performance validation that maintained naval effectiveness while enabling unprecedented mass production rates. American naval construction had achieved consistent quality through scientific methods rather than traditional individual craftsmanship attention, proving that systematic approaches could maintain maritime standards while enabling mass production. Innovation acceleration continued throughout warship development as American engineers continuously improved naval specifications while maintaining aggressive construction schedules that traditional methods could never sustain. Competitive pressure encouraged rapid advancement that exceeded conventional naval development cycles, while ensuring manufacturing compatibility and sustained production capability that traditional approaches could never achieve. Strategic planning that incorporated massive naval deployment included comprehensive maritime tactical doctrine development and operational coordination that would maximize warship effectiveness across global theaters. American naval strategy integrated production advantages into comprehensive campaign planning that assumed virtually unlimited warship availability and continuous naval supply capability. Manufacturing excellence that naval construction achieved included operational reliability, combat performance, and maritime effectiveness that exceeded traditional warship development while maintaining mass production compatibility. American industry had proven that systematic manufacturing could produce effective warships without sacrificing performance, demonstrating democratic advantages in combining adequate technology with industrial abundance through competitive innovation. February 1945. German intelligence documentation of American naval construction revealed maritime statistics that challenged every fundamental assumption about warship manufacturing and naval industrial possibility worldwide. American shipyards were completing over 15 major warships monthly, while maintaining simultaneous construction across dozens of facilities that collectively exceeded total German naval construction capacity by incomprehensible margins that seemed mathematically impossible. Mathematical analysis that German naval planners performed revealed American warship construction approaching 200 major vessels since Pearl Harbor, while German naval production struggled to maintain 50 major warships across all shipyards and facilities. Enemy industrial capabilities had achieved systematic abundance that completely violated traditional assumptions about precision naval construction, complexity, and specialized maritime engineering requirements. Statistical verification through multiple intelligence sources confirmed American naval construction that included standardized components, revolutionary assembly line manufacturing, and systematic quality control that enabled mathematically impossible construction rates for major warships. Enemy manufacturing had achieved unprecedented efficiency that exceeded German naval industrial organization through democratic competitive methods and civilian shipbuilding expertise applied to military production. Photographic reconnaissance of American naval facilities revealed construction techniques that completely eliminated individual shipbuilding craftsmanship in favor of systematic manufacturing approaches directly adapted from civilian shipbuilding industry methods for military applications. democratic naval industrial organization had achieved military production through competitive rather than centralized authoritarian methods and systematic resource optimization. Economic calculations demonstrated American naval expenditure that exceeded entire German maritime budgets, while simultaneously maintaining civilian shipbuilding production and comprehensive international assistance programs. Democratic capitalism had achieved resource abundance that centralized command economy methods could never duplicate through systematic efficiency and competitive innovation in naval construction that rendered German economic assumptions obsolete. Supply chain analysis revealed American naval construction coordinated across continental distances with material flows that dramatically exceeded German logistical capabilities and organizational systems. Enemy industrial organization demonstrated systematic coordination that exceeded authoritarian central planning through competitive cooperation and democratic resource allocation methods in maritime production that achieved efficiency through civilian expertise. Technology assessment based on captured intelligence about American warships revealed construction quality that maintained naval effectiveness while being produced in quantities that German industry considered physically impossible without sacrificing performance specifications. Mass production had achieved consistent reliability through systematic scientific methods rather than individual attention and specialized approaches that characterized German naval construction philosophy. Performance analysis of encountered American warships demonstrated that mass production had achieved operational reliability, combat effectiveness, and naval performance that proved adequate for warfare while being constructed at impossible scales. Systematic engineering had proven effective in producing functional warships through competitive innovation and scientific manufacturing approaches rather than traditional naval craftsmanship. The statistical impossibility had become undeniable. Strategic reality that forced German acknowledgement of democratic advantages in naval industrial organization that exceeded authoritarian alternatives through competitive efficiency and systematic abundance in warship construction that would fundamentally alter naval warfare through maritime superiority rather than individual technological excellence. June 1944, the massive Allied naval operations during the Battle of the Philippine Sea revealed devastating effectiveness of American warship construction as over 100 major vessels participated in operations while maintaining naval reserves that exceeded German total maritime inventory. The mathematical superiority of American manufacturing had translated into overwhelming naval dominance that rendered German maritime philosophy strategically obsolete through systematic warship abundance. Tactical deployment that American naval abundance enabled included multiple carrier task forces operating simultaneously across Pacific theaters while maintaining maritime capabilities that German naval forces had never encountered, despite individual ship superiority and crew training advantages. American production had eliminated traditional naval constraints through systematic abundance and continuous warship supply that exceeded conventional maritime warfare limitations. German naval commanders discovered combat situations where individual ship superiority achieved minimal tactical advantage because American naval strength exceeded German maritime capabilities through numerical abundance. Mathematical relationships had shifted decisively toward Allied naval forces through manufacturing capacity rather than individual ship effectiveness or crew excellence that had characterized traditional naval warfare approaches. Throughout maritime history, combat statistics from sustained Pacific naval operations documented German naval losses that could not be replaced, while Allied maritime units maintained naval strength through continuous construction and systematic warship replacement programs. Naval abundance had created tactical sustainability that exceeded German response possibilities, and resource allocation capabilities through democratic maritime organization. Intelligence analysis by German naval commands revealed American production capabilities that dramatically exceeded strategic planning assumptions while demonstrating maritime organization that surpassed authoritarian efficiency through democratic competitive methods. Enemy capabilities had achieved systematic advantages that traditional naval forces could not anticipate or counter, effectively through conventional maritime. The tactics, psychological impact on German naval crews included recognition that individual maritime excellence could not influence strategic outcomes when facing opponents with unlimited naval capabilities and continuous warship reinforcement. Tactical naval superiority had become strategically meaningless against American production abundance and systematic naval deployment that exceeded traditional maritime warfare. Mathematics operational advantages that American naval production provided included warship availability, vessel replacement, and sustained maritime capability that maintained naval effectiveness under extended campaigns across multiple theaters. Systematic naval operations exceeded German capabilities despite maritime advantages and theoretically superior ship coordination. Maritime capabilities that naval abundance enabled included sustained Pacific operations, continuous naval support, and maritime flexibility that German naval forces could never counter through individual ship excellence. American production had created operational sustainability that exceeded traditional naval limitations through systematic abundance and warship adequacy. The Pacific Naval Armada demonstrated American warship construction had fundamentally altered naval warfare mathematics through maritime capabilities that rendered traditional naval superiority obsolete when facing systematic abundance combined with adequate performance and continuous naval supply capability. May 8, 1945. As Nazi Germany surrendered unconditionally following complete Allied naval superiority, the final accounting of American warship construction revealed numbers that had redefined naval warfare. Over 200 major warships constructed through revolutionary assembly line methods that averaged 5 completed vessels weekly at peak production, creating maritime capabilities that had overwhelmed German naval supremacy through unprecedented systematic abundance. Strategic validation that American naval construction provided confirmed industrial mobilization as the decisive factor in modern naval warfare while demonstrating democratic advantages in manufacturing organization, resource allocation, and technological application that exceeded totalitarian alternatives through competitive innovation and systematic efficiency optimization. Democratic naval industrial organization had proven superior to authoritarian approaches through mathematical evidence that could not be disputed. Grand Admiral Dönitz's post-war acknowledgement included recognition that German naval supremacy had been strategically defeated by American production capabilities that exceeded every calculation of democratic industrial potential and warship construction capacity. Mass production manufacturing had rendered individual maritime excellence strategically irrelevant through overwhelming naval superiority and coordinated warship deployment that exceeded traditional naval warfare approaches. Economic efficiency that American naval construction achieved included dramatic cost reduction through volume manufacturing while maintaining maritime effectiveness that exceeded traditional warship development methods. Competitive capitalism had proven systematically superior to command economy organization for sustained naval production and technological advancement across global operations through democratic resource allocation and competitive innovation processes. International cooperation through American naval deployment included comprehensive warship transfers to Allied forces that enhanced collective maritime capabilities while demonstrating American production capacity far beyond domestic requirements. Democratic values had created sustainable assistance through systematic naval sharing and strategic generosity programs that exceeded traditional military alliance approaches through competitive manufacturing. Technological legacy of American naval construction influenced post-war maritime warfare through revolutionary manufacturing techniques, systematic naval principles, and scientific quality control methods that transformed global warship production standards. Scientific advancement had created lasting advantages through systematic research and competitive innovation processes that exceeded traditional naval approaches through civilian shipbuilding expertise applied to military production training. Systems that naval abundance enabled included accelerated maritime programs, adequate warship availability for training, and systematic naval development that created maritime resources sufficient for expanded military capabilities. American naval education had produced maritime personnel through competitive instruction and merit-based advancement that exceeded traditional conservation development approaches. Manufacturing innovation that enabled American naval success demonstrated democratic society's ability to coordinate massive maritime resources through systematic planning and competitive efficiency rather than authoritarian control. Democratic systems had produced naval capabilities that exceeded totalitarian alternatives through systematic coordination, competitive innovation, and merit-based operational advancement that proved democratic advantages. The maritime triumph had proven that democratic industrial organization could achieve systematic advantages over traditional naval superiority through competitive innovation, systematic manufacturing, and abundant production that totalitarian naval systems could never match through centralized control, individual craftsmanship, or authoritarian resource allocation alone in warship construction and naval warfare. If this incredible story of how American assembly line warship construction overwhelmed German naval supremacy through systematic abundance amazed you, make sure to subscribe for more tales of democratic maritime triumph.